ladies and gents, welcome. Pew, pew, pew. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We're doing it on Friday, May the 26th, 2023, wherever you're joining us. Thank you. Buckle up, buckle down. If it's your first time, where can you find these videos? Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Dropped on Instagram. Follow me there if you like. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri. And if you've been with me from the get-go, you know what it is, baby. We just shift gears and skirt on to the next thing. And it's Friday and we're almost at the end of the month. I'm feeling good. I hope you're all feeling good. Today's gonna be an extra loose sesh. Extra loose, baby. Just doing it. I don't even know where it's gonna go today, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna start with getting a sip of this coffee. And wherever you are, whether you're here in Canada, whether you're down south in the US, Mexico, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, New Zealand, Australia, Papua New Guinea, Sweden, Guatemala, Alaska. Yeah, Alaska. Being all attached to Canada, but being a part of the US, which is cool, but it's touching us more than it touches anybody else, dude. So we're touching is essentially what it is. Boys and girls, it is Friday. Ladies and gents, let's have some fun. Let me get another sip of this. Just been thinking about ideas, just been thinking about this, that, and the other. Overall, I'll start with this though, before we even get into anything, I'm feeling very grateful, very appreciative, by the, for a lot of things. But most importantly, for the people that are in my life, as for circles, tight, dude, tight circles. You know what? And you all have those people in your life, who are, whether they're family, whether they're friends who are like family. So, shout out to everybody like who's there for each other. And, it's today's a special day. Today's a special day. It's a special day for me. It's a special day for, for a friend of mine, for a brother of mine. It's that's what it is, and it's his birthday. I'm gonna just say it because that's what I don't have too many people in my life, but the people who are close to me, who are in my life, who, it's they're important to me. And I'm that ride or die motherfucker, It's what it is, baby. Once we spit on the palm of our hands and like lock hands together, once we go to the woods and cut a little pokey on the old palm of the old hands or the tip of the old index finger and touch, and one of us turns out to have, any given disease or whatever. I'm just saying, when you have blood brothers or sisters, when they're not even blood brothers or sisters, but they're blood brothers or sisters. What I'm trying to say is that I'm feeling good. I'm feeling that's what it is, because that's what it, none of us. What I'm trying to say is that I'm very grateful for everybody out there, all you guys and gals out there, and I'm grateful for your parents for doing it, because if it wasn't for your parents and our parents, all of our, if it wasn't for anybody, if it wasn't for people's doing it unprotected, just raw dogging it, none of us would be here, which is why I'm thankful that there's so many wonderful people out there doing a dare without using any protection, just because then that way we get to meet outside fully formed eggs and sperm, scrambled, sunny side up, whatever, dude. As long as it's working, keep it coming. So it's my homie's birthday. I just want to wish him a happy birthday. And I already did, but this is it's important to me. Like, again, not too many people are in my life, but the people who are in my life, my heart's open, my mind's always open. I love to, go out there and make good connections, whatever's, dude. Connecting like pieces of puzzle, like pieces of a pizza pie, like pieces of a regular pie that's been cut up into 4 pieces, 4 large pieces, 6 to 8 pieces, 10 to 12, how many people are coming? Regardless, the pieces of this pie fits. I'm just grateful. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just, it's important to, it's important to let the people in your life know how you feel about them, how that you appreciate them. And I'm very, whenever I get a chance to, and I prefer, I like interactions in person, but overall, yeah, whoever's in my life and allows me to be in their life, I'm very appreciative of that. So it's what it is. It's, again, maybe it's your birthday too as well out there, and any other day could be your birth, and any day is your birthday really, because each and every day we all get up and it's a brand new day. It's a new start. It's a fresh new beginning. No matter what happened last night, no matter what happened yesterday evening, yesterday afternoon, yesterday morning, today's a brand new day. Gotta appreciate the days, man. So I'm glad to have a lot of, a lot of great people have come in my life, and I've been very lucky, and I've learned from everybody, and I continue to want to try and learn. So I just want to put that out there. Shout out to the ones that are born today, but also like any other day, if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you as well. But it is a special day for me, and it's just want to put that out there. Let's oh man, boy gets emotional sometimes. Sometimes we gets into feelings, and the feelings, oh well, what is that? That's a little feelings right there. But let's it's Friday. We're here to have fun. We're here to just shoot the shits, have the funs, talk about the randomness of all of it. And I'd like to, if I could, I would pour a little one out here for the OGs, for the ones that did it first. What am I talking about? If you're out there, if you're sipping on a little something and you're outside, you can pour a little something out for the OG, for the inventor, for the founder of, for the creator, for the explorer, the adventurer, for the innovator of given head. That's right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, because that's what it is. One of those things you don't read about this in the history books, man. They don't tell you about this in the geography books, son. Flipping through the math pages ain't gonna be in there. Who invented given head? One of the many mysteries of this wonderful world that we love. How did they make the pyramids? No one knows. Who invented head? Try finding that out. It's like trying to find out who murked JFK. We all have our assumptions, but it's never like, so who invented head? Pour a little something out for them. Whether it was a fellow or a lady, somebody must have thought of the idea, because originally it was just wild men and women in nature, and all the elements, just going out there into the wild and trying to see, am I gonna sharpen a stick, sharpen a stone, and try to chuck it at an animal that's putting my life in danger, and then hopefully be able to eat that animal. And then in the meantime, let's find us a little cave, let's find us a little campground, let's try to figure out what even is fire. So you got all that jazz going, but then that's who knows? Who knows? And that's the thing. They talk about the younger, driest impact. It's not the oldest, driest impact. It's the youngest, dude. So, have you had starts to the old civilization? Maybe, probably. So this is so somebody might have invented head, might have gotten like wiped out with all the everything else, all the beautiful knowledge that we had accumulated, and then boom, people forgot what even is given head. You know what I'm saying? So it got wiped away, and then we had to start talking about cavemen and women, just men wearing nothing, probably women also probably wearing nothing, at best shrubs and bushes around the nether regions just to keep warmth, nothing else. And at nighttime and evening time, people slept communally, probably because it was cold, dude. You gotta cuddle. That's where the original huddle actually started. Huddle team, let's bring it together, with all the noises. Huddle, probably one of the first, because we need to figure this out. You can't just be sleeping all the way over there, Jim. All right, well, we're all freezing. We can bring it in, Nance. Need to, body warmth. Can you breathe a little bit on my neck? It's stiff from the minus degrees and temperatures out there. Thank you, Jim. And then once, you do little spoon for a little while. Switch it back, all the little spoon. You do big spoon, little spoon. You know what I'm saying, Sally? And then it's communal. It was, at least. I would imagine. Because we invented everything else. We created everything else. There was no bedrooms. There was no separate sleeping corridors or arrangements or hammocks or sleeping bags or water beds, or you know, it was just find a little bit of dirt floor. Let's spark a little bit of fire. No zippers in hand, no lighter fluid. Good luck figuring. But then at the end of the day, once the basics were met, once you had the roof over your head, there was a little cave, there was a little campground, figured out the fire. You're like, oh, it'd be nice to cook a couple of squirrels or whatevs, dude. Wild turkey. Let's go. But then it's all of a sudden it's camp time. It's evening time. Things are winding down, and everybody's like, everybody's on relatively high alert, relatively on edge, because like there's the elements out. There's no lights outside. Scary world. Oh, what is that? It could be a tiger, or it could be a little tiny little cat, baby. But you don't know, because that shadow casts a large shadow. Scary times. Elevated sense of alertness. That's right. And then one night, probably people were like camping around this beautiful fire that they've collectively created together. And then all of a sudden, people are like chit-chatting. Some people are like, dozing off in a not too far distant. Some people are like cuddling together, probably chewing on some shrubs. Because earlier in the day they picked up some berries, which they thought were okay berries, but now they're poisonous berries. They're throwing up, and other persons accidentally, ingested some mushrooms, stir tripping. It's a whole wild world out there, and then somebody out there's like, you know what, guys? You know what, gals, ladies, gents? Why don't we create something? Why don't we come up with a little bit of extracurricular, a little bit of something that'll take the edge off? Because we're always like going out there. Yes, there's always hunting and gathering to be done. That's why we call ourselves the hunters and the gatherers. But every once in a while, wouldn't it be nice to just get a little bit of, get a little bit of whatevs, dude. Just, spitball ideas out there. Just do things differently. They just figured out that they were just, I'm assuming, figuring out like sex. They probably weren't even sure how pregnancy works, so every once in a while, they probably knew it felt good, obviously, when they engaged in the sexuals. They probably didn't have any understanding of what happens, Why are some of these bitches out here, why are these ladies getting fat all of a sudden? Questions be popping up. You need to quit eating so much. God. And contribute. But at one point or another, so they forget all that, but at one point or another, they felt like, okay, bumping in the old nether regions together feels good. But every once in a while, it has some sort of an effect. Maybe there's a correlation. Maybe they weren't even sure. Who knows? But one thing they were sure about, once they were grinding, once they were bumping, what? Feelings were being felt. Things were feeling good. And then one night at the old campfire, somebody was like, you know what, guys, crazy idea. Why don't we, is there a way to simulate a similar region, similar area, a similar experience, a similar sensation by, doing something alternative? Because apparently whenever we've seen each other whenever we link up, whenever we clicks together, you guys feel good, right? Everybody's like, you feel good? Great. Everybody's feeling great. That's fantastic. Shaking at the old sticks, chewing on turkey legs. Yes. Yeah. It feels good. And then it's like, yes, that does feel good. But again, what if there was a quicker way? What if there was a better way? And what if there was a different way? And then what are you talking about? Kevin, what are you talking about, Kevin? They said that. Let's get some shut-eye. We need to get up and go out there and hunt and gather, Kev. We don't have time to dream about fantasy worlds and experimental companionship experiences or whatevs, dude. Kevin was like, no, I think we're if we could just figure because we need a little bit of entertainment. What if we were to got a crazy idea that's just, what if we use our mouths to create, because like when you're bumping and grinding down there, what happens? The moisture, the a little bit of the old slip and slide. Well, guess what else has been slipping and sliding as he's chewing on a peach or a banana, just banana and a peach, dude. You know what I'm saying? Just like peaches and bananas, right? Good times. He said, what if we use our mouths to create a similar stimuli as to what we got going on? Because this is good, this is whatever, like this is great. Well, I'm just saying. And then everybody started howling and laughing at point of Kevin, you're crazy, Kevin. You're crazy, Kevin. You're Kevin again. Must be, what did you pick up over there, Kevin? Are you eating those mushrooms again, Kevin? Or maybe it was a lady. I don't even know, dude. Maybe it was Rebecca. Maybe Rebecca came up with the idea. Maybe it was a lady. She's like, I've been noticing that I'm great at eating bananas and peaches. And sometimes I just feel like the mouth hole could potentially be used to create a sensation on the nether regions. But that's the thing. Everybody laughed at Rebecca. They're like, oh, Becky. Crazy Becky again with her crazy. How you get out of here? I gotta go get some sleep, Becky. Crazy. But then somebody had to dare, somebody had to stand up, somebody had to say, no, there is more to life than just hunting and gathering. By God, I'm gonna find out what it is. And they dare. They're like, all right, fine, why don't you give it a try? So either Becky or Kevin, somebody had to. Somebody was the first person that was like, that had to be like, what if like how did that conversation go? Were they just sitting all like in the nude and maybe pelts and maybe just like a little bit of, when did it emerge? Because you don't find this in them books. Try Googling zits. Try looking at all the different DuckDuckGo that shit. You think it's not gonna show up on Google? It's not gonna show up on DuckDuckGo either. I tried. Because I'm like, maybe different search engine will have the answer, but no one knows who the inventor, and here we are, all of us, and that's what they say, man. And so that's what I do believe. We all stand on the shoulders of great men and women. Is that the saying? Like I'd love to I don't know what it means, to be honest with you, because I've never actually. Is that a thing we gotta do? Is that a thing that? Did I miss something? Do I gotta find? Is there a man or a woman that I'm supposed to find and like climb on their? Do I let them know that I'm getting up on their shoulder, or do I just like start off by like, do I work my way up the foot, up to the calves and like the hamstrings? Do I go up the ass, climb over the ass, get on? Do I mount myself on top of their back and just try to like? Because they do say that. And we all do, and at one point or another, like, and that's what it is, baby. That's what it is. We all. So I guess this is like, it's coinciding with the fact that I appreciate everybody doing everything, and yes, none of us would be here without one another, and it takes each and every one of us to one day just be like, hey, crazy idea, gang, crazy idea. Why don't we give this thing a try? And either Rebecca or Kevin had that crazy idea hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years ago, maybe several times over, because we forgot, again, older Dryas. So pour a little some now for the original heroes, the ones that don't get the credit, the ones that never got their flowers, the ones that'll probably never be known to man or woman. But here we are in 2023, enjoying life one sip at a time. Trying to explain that though to your clan, to your tribe, to your group, just sitting around a fire, maybe on some like makeshift bench, or just like, some flat large rocks. You're leaning back on a rock and you're like, crazy idea. I just had a crazy idea. Why don't you put your mouth on my cock? or maybe it was a lady. Why don't you, the crazy idea? Because people are just like, just fucking like out there. Again, elements and not much, like, did a lady first be like, does she like, did she just like, was there a lady who just like was sitting like around the campfire? Because like nobody else, like again, it came for like regular sex probably came first, right? Regular sex probably came, just like insert, and like probably by accident too. Probably by accident. And but like one day somebody was just sitting very loose, just very loose. Campfire right here in this area, loose sitting lady, just, scratching, picking lice, eating it perhaps, eat berries, dirty hands, dirty feet, picking, eating berries, picking and eating and flicking, dude. And then all of a sudden, she's like, crazy idea there, hey Devin. How did that conversation even like, how did it even, I'm curious to know, but I would imagine somebody had to dare and be like, crazy idea, why don't you eat this puss? And somebody's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, crazy, but like at the end, like, we've come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to say we've come a long way. And all I'm saying is that it's 2023, we are heading into 2024. I'm looking forward to many adventures ahead of us. I've also, I'm just thinking about different things that I like to see in the future. For example, I would love to see a midget get together with a larger woman, a hefty woman, 450 pounds, 500 plus pounds woman, a hefty, good, a whale of a woman, just a large woman, an obese woman. I'd love to see a woman, 500 plus pounds, get a midget to get together. And then I would like to see the obese lady take a wide stance, wider than her shoulders width. She'd take a large stance, and then you'd have the midget would be right below her, in between her legs. And I would like to see the large lady squat down and just suck up right there, dude. Squat right there. Where'd he go? I don't know. I just love to see that happen, because I think it's possible, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're utilizing all of our talents, all of our abilities, and bringing everybody together. Because that's what I want to see, man. I want to see more obese ladies snatching up midgets. Because you don't see that too often, man. Like, and that's like, what I bet that was a thing. Just for either, for what purposes, I don't know. But I'm thinking technically it should happen. It could happen. If a woman is 500 pounds and you got a lady or a gentleman who happens to be a midget or a dwarf, and let's say they're like 2 feet tall, you're telling me a 6'3", 500-pound lady is not capable of taking a wide stance, squatting right there, dude? Where'd it go? I don't know. I'm sure we could start this with smaller objects, but I'm always like, if you're gonna do something, either like do it properly or don't do it at all. But I also do get the idea of like warm-ups. I do get the idea of like, let's stretch for this. I do get that, but like eventually, like the goal is to have a hefty woman suck up a midget. Why? Because it's fucking great. Why not? Why not? Think about that. That could be a whole like, that's magic right there. That's sleight of hand. That is, I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see a large woman just like make a midget disappear in between her legs by doing a squat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my sumo wrestlers out there getting ideas to be like, what about, no, you do your sumo. You pick the lane, you stick with it. Although I am actually a fan of people diversifying their lanes. So you know what, maybe, but that's what it is, man. Everybody gets a chance if you're like, because that's, yeah. You know what? I take that back. I take that back. It should be open to sumo wrestlers as well, because I feel like with that. But sumo wrestlers, for the most part, are males. Unless there's female sumo wrestling, which I've not seen too much of. Have I? I don't think I've seen any female sumo wrestlers, to be very honest with you. I'd be down. But I'm just saying, it'd be size of a sumo wrestler fella or lady with all that body. That would make a great hiding spot. And yes, you could always start with fruits and vegetables, just right there. Where'd it go? I don't know. Where'd it? Right there. Move your way up. Peaches. Start with grapes. Start small. I don't want anybody at. You know what? Do your stretches. I don't want anybody at. If you've not done this, I don't want anybody going out there and like hurting themselves. Start with a grape, then 2 grapes, then move up to, small peaches, oranges, apples. It's like a gauge, I guess. You want to kind of like go up a little bit incrementally. Melons, watermelons, friggin' move to larger objects, soccer balls, basketballs, footballs, beach balls. Now we're getting into some, you know what I'm saying? Right there, where'd it go? I don't know. Just saying, ladies and gents, it'd be nice, dude. It'd be nice. I would like to, if I had a larger body, if I were like 500 plus pounds, I would make things disappear. I'd probably be low key. I'd probably be snatching up a whole bunch of stuff, just random stuff. No one's gonna come up to a lady, or especially a lady or a fella, with fella questionable, lady, if you're out there, man, enjoy life is all I'm saying. Like, get healthy and all that stuff, but in the meantime, snatch up goods, because like that's what it is. You could just I'd be strolling in my little wheelchair or like moped or whatever, just mobility's an issue sometimes. I would just like roll up one roll of fat. I just ran in, like, just engulf whatever I want. Oh, we're at a tech department store, whatever, that sells tech, because it's a department. I need a new remote, just whoa, where'd it go? No one's gonna go through the layers to be like, oh, we've seen you on that's yours, lady. That is all yours. Just putting ideas out. Oh, that's you go out to dinner, you go out to lunch or brunch with your family and friends. Everybody's always worried about, oh, do I take the extra? Do I take the leftovers? I just lift up just roll over it. Just keep it warm for later. I'd do it. If I had like extra rolls, I'd be rolling up everything, just scooping anything I want under my rolls, because it's warm, ready to go whenever I needs it. Use a roll when you see one. I wish I had a couple of obese friends, because during wintertime, my extremities do tend to get a little bit chilly-willy out there. I'd be like, all right, I'll just like lift the roll, slide a hand, just put it down again. Take it out in 5 minutes. Body heat. Good times, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, man. I have heard that a 40 or perhaps 41-year-old gentleman from a region of this world, he's on planet Earth. I forget which country he's from. I want to say a Scandinavian country. I may be completely wrong, but it doesn't matter where he's from. He's a 41-year-old man who was paralyzed in China. Not a Chinese man, but he did get paralyzed in China, and then in some sort of a freak accident, paralyzed, dude, lost his ability to walk, which is classic wah, 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 But thanks to technology, thanks to scientists, thanks to people doing the sex, creating babies who become whatevers, and some of them go off to be science men and women's. Smart. people, man, they get together and like, man, we could fix this fella. They figure it out. They figure, because there's like your ability. What even is the ability to walk if not just your brain transmitting signals to the rest of your body? All right, but sometimes you have an accident, or maybe you're born with a little whatevs that we can take care of later on. But that's what it is. There's like connections being interrupted. The message is being sent, but the signal is not being received. Something along those lines. That's just pure science jargon right there. Straight up facts. That's all I know, ladies and gents. Scientists have developed a new way of using an implant, something in the brain to reconnect the messaging to the spinal cord. So the signals get sent, the spinal cord reads it, the legs are now up and moving. Fella is rejuvenated, revived, the legs are working, he's walking again. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's magic. It's science. It's us doing things together. That's beautiful. Love that. But it's all about the labels, man. Ladies and gents, it's all about the wording, it's all about the phrasing. Paralyzed man is capable of walking again. Everybody's like crying, everybody's happy. Oh yeah, he's so girl, look at him walking. We're so happy for you. We never thought he'd walk. He's walking. That's how they get you. By pulling on those heartstrings. What are these? Strings? What's it attached to? A heart. A heart. It's my heartstrings, because I sees a man suffering from paralysis. Waist below paralysis, dude. Just below the waist, paralysis. Them legs are numb. He got the numb legs. Got the numb juice on the numb legs. Numb. You can't move little legs. Little legs, my little toes. Can't move. I'm suffering from a little case of paralysis. But then tech comes along and gives them the ability to walk again. Now, you know, am I happy to see a man walk? Yes. Do I have concerns? Maybe. We'll come back with a few of our concerns after this quick sip. Quick but necessary sip. And we're back. Do I have any qualms with a fellow walking? No. But I just got to thinking, I'm like, here's a man who's paralyzed, not walking, is now able to walk again. And here we are, taking tech, merging it with a human. Human, merging it with the tech. The tech, merging it with the human. We're human. And at one point or another, ladies and gents, we gotta stop and wonder, is that a half robot right there? Is that a cyborg? Because if they told you cyborg is now capable of walking again, you'd be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Different reaction. Whereas you're like paralyzed man, you're like, oh, that's so fucking sweet. That's so great. Look at him walking again. God, soon he's gonna be able to walk and run and hike and dunk on motherfuckers if he chooses to. But does he even have a choice, ladies and gents? Does he have a choice? Do we have any choice? The choices, picking stuff. My concern is, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually not even a concern. I'm actually kind of like, we don't question it. I've thought about this before. People with pacemakers, people with hearing aids, people with regular aids, people with super aids. This is not about AIDS. It's about people using tech, a bionic arm, bionic eyes. Cyborg. At one point, we're in that age. We are in it. We're knee deep in it now. We are knee deep in it. We are merging with the tech. The only thing that I'm really I like to put out there is I've also heard that Neuralink, Elon Musk's Neuralink is, I believe, now eligible for human trial, which is opening up a whole new world. But before we get into the Neuralink, which is, I guess, somewhat related to the same topic, if we could, I was thinking in the future, I think I don't know how long it's going to take, but I think if this path continues, as people who need the tech to get back to like some sort of equilibrium, or get their, if you're, I can't move my arms, can't move my earlobes, whatever, dude, can't move my teeth, can't move my, I've lost the ability to move the hair on my knuckles. We can fix that. But at one point or another, I'm going to be assuming that we're going to lose our regular sense of walking and become even better walkers. I think in the future, maybe I don't know how long it's going to take, maybe 10 years, maybe 20, or maybe even long, maybe in 1,000 years. If this human merging with the tech continues, because this fellow went from not walking, be able to walk again. What if we were to, and that's the thing, other companies similar to Neuralink are also coming up with all sorts of brain implants that'll allow you to, if you're, you've got, I've been reading things like, autism, paralysis, pinched autism, a little bit of paralysis. These can be fixed, and amongst other things too, they can be fixed. But that's the thing. What if a regular person gets access, and people will eventually? I'm assuming some people will, maybe not all, but some people. And that's the thing. Regular walking is going to go out. Well, for the folks that have opted, regular walking would actually go out the door, and you probably get better connectivity with your brain and your muscles and joints and everything else. The messaging will be clear, and I think regular walking is going to be just eliminated. I think everybody's going to moonwalk, essentially, is what I'm trying to get to. I think the future is just a bunch of us, like maybe like millions and billions of people just moonwalking everywhere, which is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie to you. If you show me people moonwalking everywhere, I'm not going to be amongst the first adapters. But then again, you snooze, you lose, dude. What if you're like the first? Because that's the I was never able to like do the my moonwalk, not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know how to moonwalk. When I was younger, it wasn't the best moonwalk, and I always wanted to moonwalk. I can, if I put in the time, I haven't really put in the time and effort. If I put in the time and effort, I'm pretty sure, like, I'd like to, it's just whatever. I could do my version of a moonwalk, but what if I could do a really good moonwalk? What if we could all do a really good moonwalk? Because if you think about it, the moonwalk is actually I'm all about efficiency. Walking is good, but moonwalking is efficient walking. I think MJ had it down in terms, I don't even think he was dancing with a moonwalk. I think he's just like efficiency. I get that. Because you're just slipping and sliding, and you're not even walking. Your limbs are barely even moving. At least your torso is not moving. Your legs are moving. Your torso is still, and you're just right there, dude. What's he doing? Moonwalking. Why? Because the message is being sent. The muscles are the same muscle. The joints are the same joints. Everybody's got the capabilities built inside. It's just like, could you read the message and do the moonwalk? And I'm just saying, if we could all moonwalk everywhere, it'd be a wonderful world. So, am I happy to see a man join forces with technology? Do we get happy for the fella, or is this the first sign of the threats, dude? Or is this how they get us, fam? Is this how they coming into our hearts, man? They get us with somebody who's like, oh man, look at this person, paralysis, and you're like, man, let's turn this frown upside down by hooking you up with something, chips, stuff. What's next? Frankly, if moonwalking is next, I'd be, because I've thought about it. Because I've thought it it just depends when it comes around. It's not gonna be. I don't think. I don't know if I'm for it or against it or anything. I don't like to be, obviously I'm not for tracking people. I'm not for, you know, because that's what it is. If you got something in you that is capable of being connected to the web, what if, like, you know, what if somebody hacks your body and now you're moonwalking your way to wherever, dude, and you're like, I don't even want to be moonwalking to this direct, but you're moonwalking now to this whatever. You're like, I didn't sign up for it, but now you did though. You did though. Now you did. I don't even know what I'm saying, dudes, ladies. It's just it's fun to see that. I do want to see, because that's the thing. A lot of times I think I'm for tech. I love tech. I think we're living longer for it, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, probably not gonna be a first adapter, but I guess what I'm trying to pitch here is a way to increase the branding, or maybe make it a little bit more like, you know, if you want to, like, let's see regular people with this do the moonwalk. And I think if you see 1,000 people just like getting up every day and like moonwalking to work, picking up their kids moonwalking, the kids moonwalking, elderly people moonwalking to and from wherever they are, the park, the grocery store, just elderly people moonwalking, hell yeah, dude. Probably less hip injuries because it's just more smooth. But a man can dream, and I'm just putting it out there. If you guys should come up, whether it's Neuralink or other companies that are, you know, helping people walk. If we're gonna help somebody walk, let's get them to moonwalk. Let's not just be like, oh, lift one leg up and then, you know, place it in front of the other. That's, you know, let's go with something a little bit. We can do better, is all I'm trying to say. We can do better, is all I'm trying to say. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Friday. I hope that you are all doing well, wherever you are, in and around this beautiful planet. But yeah, man, that's the way where it's. I'm excited because I'm, you know, it's really cool to see all this. You know, there's going to be more technology emerging in the future. I'm really keen to see what's out there in terms of robotics and everything, but I do also think like it's going to be crazy because in a few years, I'm assuming once we all get our robots, our personalized robots, I think people will have their, like, you know how right now you can be in the bedroom with your lady or your man and you got toys? Maybe you got toys. There have been instances where there were toys. Why not? Just saying. But now, like, there's going to be a robot in your room or your house, and you bet your bottom dollar there's going to be attachable parts and toys for your robots. So whereas now, or in the not so distant past, we like, you know what, this is great, I'm going to do this thing. Well, what do you like me to do? I'll do a little bit of that, you do a little bit of this. Oh, maybe we'll bring you a little bit of tip. Oh, what is this? Oh, a bag or a little whatever. You look what I got. What's this? It's a toy. It's a toy. Plug-in or no plug-in, battery charged or solar energy. This thing's friggin' running on all the nuclei. Get the plutonium out. This thing's fucking, you know, it's out there. So it's gonna be like, but that's the thing now. At least it used to be. It's gonna be. We're gonna go through some adjustment times because like right now it's just like you take a little thing that's either whatever. You take a thing that resembles a thing, or maybe it doesn't even resemble anything, but it does do the vibrating, and it's got different speed. But now it's got to be on a robot, on this like Tesla bot or like this Amica bot, and it's got like, so when you're going into the bedroom, when you are in the bedrooms and like you're in the middle of this, you're doing your thing, but then there's different people. There's different people. Some people need the assistance of extra stimuli to whatever's, dudes, ladies, whatever's. I'm not out here. I'm just saying things that go down, and we are talking about the things that go down right here, right now. Not here, not now. But like here, generally speaking, here and now. Again, forget about the here and the it's happening is what I'm saying. Okay, let's not focus on the locality. All right, what the issue is that it's gonna be, instead of saying like, yeah, I'll bring this little light, vibrator, or this plug-in cordful, because there's cordless, but sometimes you have ones with cords, so cordful vibrator, and then you'd be like, okay, where you just let me know, and I'll, we'll go levels and vibrates and whatever you likes. But now it's gonna be this like giant like robot with a friggin' but that's gonna be a thing. So you can tell your lady or your man and be like, oh no, I'm gonna go up in the shower, baby. You get started without me, and I'll be right there. So that's gonna be something where you finish showering, enter a room, and your lady is getting pounded by a friggin' sex robot, and then you gotta like get behind the sex robot and it's vibrating, and your lady's like, oh my god, this is really great, and then you gotta slide it out, and then you gotta like, get back in with the set. It's gonna be I'm gonna have a difficult time trying to like, it's gonna be, there's gonna be like robot go, like, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be you, and it's gonna be like, or ladies too, you could be like, maybe you're not maybe your man likes, again, the giving of the heads, getting of the heads, you know what I'm saying, maybe you're like, babes, I'm gonna just hop in the shower and wash this puss out for you, and once you go get yourself started, and I'll be there, I'll join you in a second. And then you go to the shower, you come back, this female robot, Amica, is just going to town on your husband with the head and talking all sorts of robotic dirtiness to you, and then you wanna, and the head's like, oh my god, but like, I don't even know how to like make robotic choking sound. I don't even know, dude, what robots, but this Amica robot's gonna be choking on your husband's cack, and you're gonna have to, and then your husband's like in the, toes curled back, feet up in the air, friggin' almost there, but you want to be there for the final hurrah, so you gotta now move this Amica head off your husband's cock. Get on. And he's like, oh my god, keep it on. And then you're like, no, it's mine. And then it's gonna be a thing that becomes, we're gonna be merging soon, dude. I think that's essentially what it is, because like our vibrations are probably gonna be enhanced as a result of getting, it already is, dude, it already is. Everything is getting enhanced. I'm for it. I think eventually, I think we're just gonna be like, I think everybody's just gonna like vibrate to everything, like, I think vibrating is gonna be like the mode of transport, dude. I think it's just gonna be like frequencies. You just set you get a dial, you get a chip, and you get a dial, and it's just, you dial it in, and then all of a sudden you just start vibrating all the way to friggin', your feet are moving so fast, they're vibrating, but you're not even lifting. It's just like minimal, but it's really fast, because like technically it's all about efficiency. And again, the moonwalk, fast moonwalk will probably be like in 500 to 1,000 years from now, fast moonwalking is probably going to be the regular norm. And right now is the time that we have to decide. You gotta be able to look at that man or woman with the paralysis or whatever and be like, do I like competition? Very clear, very, very simple. If you like competition, because some people like the way things are, some people like the pace that things are vibrating at. But if you're the type that's like, okay, I like things, but I like a little bit of competition, dude. Because before, less competition. Now we got an extra pair of feet up in this game. This guy's gonna be like, and this guy's gonna be hungry for the walking and whatever else is associated with walking, which is going out there and getting it. So, am I happy for him? Yes. Is it an extra competition? Yes. Just putting it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Friday. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Thank you very much for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. Where can you find these videos? Once again, every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, we keep it silly. We talk about everything and nothing. I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend. And again, follow me on Instagram, dudes. Subscribe on YouTube, because I know it helps you get the full-length videos. Because on Instagrams, I got to chop it up. And then you get the notifications there. So then you're like, man, is there anywhere else where we could like go to check out the videos and also fiscally support the show? I'm so glad you asked. It's patreon.com/RobSadler. I'll be back here again on Monday. In the meantime, love y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace out.